welcome to my channel. My name is Willow Rose Moondancer and I make videos here on YouTube about Wicca. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about Beltane. If you don't know what Beltane is, it is a Sabbath that Wiccans celebrate between April 31st and May 1st. If you want to know more about it, I will leave a link up above to a video all about the holiday. But since we've already done a video about that and the season is coming around the corner at the end of the week, I thought I would share a little ritual that you could do to celebrate the Sabbath. So I got this one online, and I will leave a link down below to the original if you prefer to read this kind of thing. But otherwise, I'm just going to get right into it. So first we need to talk about things you're going to need for the ritual. In this ritual, they have fire. So this could mean they recommend that you do this ritual outside, although I know that that's not possible for everybody, and it's definitely not necessary to do the ritual. But depending on where you're located and the materials that you have, you could have a few options on how you set up the fire part. So you could have a small fire that you build in your backyard, or you can create a small fire in a non-flammable container of some sort, such as a cauldron or a cast iron pot or something like that. If you have a fire pit in your backyard, you could use that. You could use a fireplace inside of your home if you're going to do it inside. And if all else fails, you can simply just use some candles. If you are using candles in this ritual, they do recommend that you use a plate of candles. I'm assuming that that is a particular thing that you can buy, and that's like a bunch of candle holders. I'm assuming, like, all made into one, so you can have a bunch standing on the plate. I'm assuming that's what that means, or I'm not sure. If I were you, I would just get a Yankee candle or something like that and just use that. But if you want to use the method that they have, you can read more into it yourself, but they recommend a plate of candles, and the candles should be green, yellow, red, and white, or white. And then along with that, you're also going to want to have a plate of offerings. It depends on who you are doing this ritual for, but it can be wine or rich foods like chocolate. You can also use organic bread, but at the end of the day, it really does depend on who you're calling upon in this ritual. Obviously, every deity or being, whatever it is that you are asking to be present, whoever you're asking to be present during your ritual, they're going to have different preferences on offerings, so you can really make that personal. Along with that, it just says colored ribbons. It doesn't say what color. I would assume that you would want the same color that they recommended for the candles, such as green, yellow, red, or white. And then you also want some incense. In this one, they recommend a specific Beltane incense where you can make your own or buy a blend. They suggest that your mixture should have ylang ylang, dragon's blood, frankincense, rose petals, saffron, basil, and sage. But obviously, if you don't have those things, I think any incense is good as long as your intent is there. But try and pick something as related to the day as possible. So the first thing that this ritual recommends that you do is to cleanse and purify your working space. They also say that it might help to take a ritual bath, recommending to include sea salt and sage in the bath before you begin doing your work, but that is up to you. You can put your offerings on your altar or on a plate near your fire, whichever method you're using to have that fire, be it outdoor in a pit, inside in a fireplace, using a candle, what have you. And then dedicate these offerings to the energies of spring, union, and sacred fertility and abundance, or whichever divine being you are doing this ritual for. You can then light your Beltane fire and your incense and allow the energy to begin to do its work. If you are using loose incense, you may add some of your mixture to your fire. You're then going to dedicate the fire to the various themes of Beltane, and there is some things that you can say. You can choose to say these exact things, or you can choose to make up your own things to say. The ritual recommends that while you are dedicating the fire to the themes of Beltane, you may say something such as, "Fire burn, fire bright, peace and joy this Beltane night." And if you choose, you can add invocations to specific deities here. As you're taking the energy of fire, you want to visualize vitality and energy emanating from the fire and merging with your own. You want to allow the fire to fill your vision with abundance and plenty. If there's a certain goal that you have with this ritual, you can work it out now. Use some sort of representation of what that goal might be and let the light from the fire fall on it. You can have something like a written intention, or you can have a crystal or some other object that you have put your magical intent into. When you have felt the energies begin to take hold, that's the point where you gather your ribbons. You may attach them to your wand if you have a wand, or a piece of wood. You can also put them in your hair, through braids or anything like that, as you visualize the union of masculine and feminine energies. And then you would say something along the lines of, "I call forth and celebrate the sacred union. With joy and love, may my workings be filled with fertile abundance." Then you're going to feel the energies uniting and allow the light of the fire to fall onto your ribbons, however you have incorporated them into your practice. If you choose, apparently this also suggests that you can celebrate with a sacred orgasm if that's your cup of tea and you like to do sex magic. Beltane is a very sexual Sabbath compared to all the other ones, I find, because this is the union of the god and the goddess, right? So if that's your cup of tea, do that. Allow the energies to gather all around you, and you can visualize them giving life and potency to your intention and just really infusing it with passion and joy. When you're done, you may eat your offerings, but while you're eating them, make sure that you're being mindful and you're thinking about who the offering was for and its significance and all that jazz. Take care to notice the flavors and the textures and appreciate them. Allow this to be a celebration of all the energies that you've just invoked. And then carefully put out your fire. Allow it to burn out if you prefer, but only do so if you're going to be attending it until it does officially go out on its own. Then you can thank the energies that you have brought forth. You can thank them for their presence and dismiss them. And it's important to remember to dismiss them because you don't want any fire energies hanging around. They can be quite a handful. But yeah, that is the ritual. You can take pieces of this and do it all, or just parts of it and make up your own stuff to go with it. You can use it all except for the words and change the words. Whatever floats your boat. There's no right or wrong way to celebrate Beltane, and there's no right or wrong way to do a ritual. Everybody has a different method and different things that make them feel good while they're doing it. But yeah, make sure you leave a like down below if you like videos like this one where I tell you rituals for the Sabbaths. Make sure you check out my Instagram at Willow Rose Moon Dancer so you can stay up to date with me in my everyday life. And lastly, don't forget to subscribe because I make videos every Tuesday, every Thursday, and every Sunday. And right before I go, if you are interested in seeing the process I did to cut my hair like this, because I think this will be the first video that you see this week, make sure you stick around for Thursday's video, as I will be posting a video of me cutting all of this off. Or, not the hair that I have now, cutting the stuff off that's already gone. I hope that makes sense. Have mercy on my soul. Until next time, blessed be.